everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Elena, and today we are going to be talking about the things that servers wish you knew. So if you don't know this about me, my first full-time adult job was being a server. And through the years, while I haven't been working there the full time, I have been on and off working part-time, sometimes currently. I just started working there again, which is why I thought of making this fun little educational, almost, right? Does it count as education? Video talking about the things that servers wish you knew. Hopefully these tips or suggestions or comments even help you guys, help your server make your dining experience a good one. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Alrighty guys, so we're going to be talking about certain things that the customers do that servers hate, certain things that you could do to make your experience that much better, not only for you but for your server as well, and things we want you to know, things we really want you to know that we aren't necessarily able or willing to tell you. Please, and I feel like this has to go without saying, like I shouldn't be saying this, but don't whistle, don't touch, don't like flail your arms to try and get your server's attention. Be back. We're not just gonna forget about you for the most part. I mean, you have your exceptions, but for the most part, we're not just gonna forget about you. So just be patient. Do not attempt to grab the plates from our hands. So I work in a morning in a breakfast restaurant. The reason why I'm saying that is because it's not like, let's say there are some restaurants, mostly like ones that you go to, like fancier restaurants, I guess you could say. Mine is very casual and very in and out and boom, boom, boom. But yeah, there are definitely some restaurants that bring out those big old plates. I mean, those big old like trays. And I mean, I guess this applies to them as well, but I've never done that. Personally, what we do is we carry all our plates in our arms. So I'll be walking with, let's say 1, 2, 3, maybe 6 plates overall. And I have gone up to tables and they will try to take those plates. When we're coming out with all these plates in our arms, it might not look that way, but they are very balanced. And if you grab one, then it's just probably gonna cause the whole thing to tumble down. So try not to grab anything. We know what we're doing for the most part. So just let us do our job and your plates will get to you. Sometimes they do that out of the kindness of their heart. Sometimes they're just like, oh my god, my food, and then they just want to get it. And either way, that's not okay. Just don't do it. Your food will get to you shortly. This next one is a biggie, and the reason why is because, especially if the restaurant is super packed or it's during rush hour for that specific restaurant and you're telling us that you're ready to order, we're gonna stay there with you, but please be ready to order. Table, there's no shame in telling us, hey, give us a few minutes, we're still deciding, we will be back. Like I said, I feel like people like think that if they tell us like come back, we're gonna take 15 minutes to get to them. That is not the case. That is never gonna be the case. Well, for the most part, that is never gonna be the case. We will be back and we'll try to make it speedy, short. Alright. Be ready when you tell us that you're ready, okay? And don't keep us waiting there. Not only is it awkward to just be standing there while you're looking at a menu, not answering any questions, just standing there, but you really are taking time away from people who might actually be ready. Alright guys, this one I think applies to a lot of people. If you get your food and you're not satisfied, or if it's not what you asked for, or if it's just not good or not what you expected, if you tell us right away, we will happily exchange it for you, make you a new one, and try and fix the issue. But, and I see this happen so much, like, oh my god, at the end of dinner, they'll be like, customers will be like, well, I didn't like the food. And at that point, when all I have is an empty plate in front of me, my manager is not going to comp that check, meaning that he's not going to take the food off your check. He's not going to feel any empathy because you ate it all. And there is nothing I can do at that point. Like, I cannot get you a new plate. I cannot get you a remade plate because you didn't like it. You should have told me. So if you guys get your food and you're not enjoying it, please let us know. We will do our best to fix the issue. But what people will do is they'll eat the whole thing and then they'll complain about it. Like, I can't do anything about this now. And then they'll leave a poor tip. If you guys don't like the food, we're not cooking it for you. The servers are not the ones in the kitchen making your food, but we are responsible for your dining experience. However, we're not mind readers. So if you don't tell us that you don't like it, we're not going to know that you don't like it, and we're not going to know to fix it. And if the service was overall well, I don't think that, the gratuity should depend on that. I mean, you didn't tell us, and then they'll be like, well, I was hungry. That was a choice you made, so live with it. Nah, just kidding. No, but, seriously, guys, we, for the most part, are more than happy to help you, even if we are very busy, and we'll usually try to push it and make it a priority. So if you already have your food, we completely understand that it's not right, almost, to have the whole table eating and just you waiting for your food. So tell us, we'll go back there, we'll push it, try to make whatever it is that you decide on as quickly as possible, as quickly as it takes to make the actual food. If you guys have a reason for not wanting to sit in a certain area, let us know beforehand and we will do the best to accommodate you. The biggest one is table versus booth. If you just tell us, hey, sit us, we're gonna sit you where we have a table available, where we have a server available to serve you. So if you tell us, or if you sit down at a table and then realize that you want a booth, at that point, any other booths available are probably already sat or already occupied, or now we are going to need you to get up and go and go wait for, oh my God, like, why can't I speak? Oh my goodness. So anyway, if you want a table or a booth or a specific section of the restaurant, just let us know beforehand if you can. Or even as we're sitting you, if you realize that the place that you're sitting is not ideal or to your liking, just let us know and we'll do the best to accommodate you. And the biggest one, I think, is not having a server for that section. So for example, at least my restaurant, it's split into two sides. So if I'm working by myself, I only have one side open. If I sit you on a table and then you get up and move to the other side of the world and not tell me, I'm gonna assume that you probably just left. Well, you didn't like the options. I took too long. You guys wanted to go somewhere else, so you got up and left. So I'm not gonna go looking for you and searching for you. That's just not gonna happen. And then what's gonna occur when 10 minutes pass by? You're gonna come looking for me, and this happens, like, especially if I have other tables. You're gonna come looking for me and say, hey, why haven't you come to my table? Well, sir, ma'am, I thought you left. So again, we'll do our best to try and accommodate you. Just let us know. Don't just get up and start walking everywhere. And quick side note or like anecdote, right now because of COVID, we have outside seating for all restaurants. And I don't know, and maybe you guys can answer this for me. I don't get it. But people will legitimately sit at dirty tables. And I don't mean just tables that haven't been wiped down or properly cleaned. I mean tables that have cups on them, plates on them, that have like dirty rags on them. Like, why? And then it's funny because when I say like seat yourself, or seat yourself, I tell them, I'm like, as long as there's a clean table, just go and sit down, and if it's dirty, let me know so I can clean it, right? But no, these people are whole ass sitting in dirty tables, okay? Dirty tables, and I don't get it. We're in the middle of a pandemic, and you're here like, la da da, just soaking up other people's germs. That's disgusting, but it's besides the point. Why do people do that? Have you guys done that? Let me know. Let me know in the comments down below, and give me your explanation, because simply I don't get it. Alright guys, oh my goodness, this is my biggest, literally biggest pet peeve. I hate this. I know that you go to some restaurants and then they have like the longest introduction ever. and they're like, hi, my name is so and so, welcome to da 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 da, have you been here before, you know, these are our specials, these are our special drinks, would you like to order them, would you like to, and then they just inundate you, and then they just flood you with questions, and you're like, what the hell, like, I just want some water and that's it. So, and I still don't understand it, and I don't condone it, but you know, I can see why it happens, where you're interrupting them and you're like, no, like, I don't want to hear the specials, I just want some water. But my introduction is literally 5 seconds, because we don't have any specials to recommend, we don't sell beer. So my introduction is literally, hi, my name is Elena, welcome to da-da-da, can I get you started with anything to drink? That is my introduction, y'all. That is like 5 seconds. And these people will still be like, I'll be like, hi, my name is... Okay, oh my God, I cannot tell you how much I hate that. At that point, it's awkward because you've interrupted me. I've lost my train of thought, and all I can think of right now is coffee. So my instinct is to run away from you and get you the coffee, because clearly you're not patient enough to wait 5 seconds for me to tell you what my name is and ask you what you want to drink. So now you've caused me anxiety. I feel awkward coming back to the table. Like, I just feel like I'm being rushed all the time. And it's just so rude. Just wait, say hello, and then say what you want to drink. That's how it works. That's how it works. It's a communication. It's a two-way street, a two-way thing. Also, I guess piggybacking on that, I hate when people, like, I'll ask them, like, oh, can I get you guys started with anything to drink? Oh, we're ready. Okay. Okay, that's fine. I'll take your order, but can we get started with the drinks? And the reason I think why I do this is because obviously the drinks are going to come out first. And when you're writing them down in your notepad, it's easier to see, like, I need a coffee, I need an orange juice, I need water, you know, whatever it is. And then get to the order, because that's the order chronologically in which you're going to do things. Then to be like, well, I want a steak, and then you're done writing all the modifications, because there will be modifications and substitutions, and then at the bottom you see orange juice, and by the time you get to the back, if you're super busy, you're like, what the hell did they want to drink? And then you're looking, and then it's crazy. And just start with your drink order. It's just so much easier. And then once you tell us your drink order, tell us, hey, I'm ready to order, and then we'll be like, okay, I will take your order. But I feel like, oh my God, I felt like I had like a bug crawling on me. That's so disgusting. All right, and this is also a pet peeve, but it's not a pet peeve because it's like, I don't like when you do it. It's just that it's super inefficient. So when I'm taking your order, if there's anything specifically that you know you want, ask me, that you know you want to come with your food, ask me when you're taking the order if possible, right? So if you're gonna want ketchup with your fries, tell me, hey, by the way, I want ketchup. Or tell me, hey, I'm gonna want ranch or honey mustard or barbecue or whatever it is that you want. That way I can ensure that when your food comes out, you have whatever sauces, whatever condiments, whatever thing it is that you wanted. So just let me know if possible. Now, I know sometimes we forget and we don't notice until we get the food. Perfectly fine. Tell me while I'm at your table. Tell me what you want, and then tell me all at once. Hopefully you can do that, because what happens is, and this happens all the time, and this is one of the main reasons why servers get in the weeds. And in the weeds, what it means is to be just extremely busy. You just can't see yourself out of the situation, and you're just running around like a chicken without a head. So that's just something that, it's slang terminology. All right. But yeah, so the fastest way to get your server in the weeds is if, let's say, on average, when we're working during like a rush hour and the whole restaurant is filled with servers, on average we have 4 to 5, maybe 6 tables, depending on what day it is and if it's truly rush hour or whatever it is. So we'll have 4 to 6 tables, meaning, and hopefully they didn't sit all at the same time. Oh my God, but that is a topic for another video. And let me know if you guys want another video, letting you know what are some of the things that happen, what are our biggest pet peeves that happen in the restaurant. Let's spill some tea. Let me know down below. All right. No, but seriously. But yeah, let's say I have 5 or 6 tables. You're all my priority, but you're not my only table. So while I'm thinking that I have to get your ketchup for your fries, I'm also thinking I have to get that table's beverages out. I have to put in that, I have to put in that order. I have to go clean that table to sit more people. And then I also have to go take that table's order that just sat down. So if you ask me for it right when you order, I can make sure that when I bring everything out, I'm bringing all that out with it. But if I come back to you, right, and I tell you, and I'm like, well, is everything okay? Do you need anything? And you ask me for ranch. Come back with the ranch. Then you ask me for ketchup. Then you ask me for honey mustard. And then you ask me for more napkins. And then you ask me for more water. And then, so I have gone back now about 5 times to get you 5 different things, all that could have been asked for. The first time, 1 trip back and forth. So now what's gonna happen is 1 or 2 things. Either I'm gonna focus solely on you and get you and keep running back for you and get you what you need, or I'm gonna try my best to multitask and get that table's beverages while getting your ranch or your napkins while putting in that other table's order. And by the time that I come back with the item that you asked me for, it's been 3 minutes, and I've had it so many times happen to me where I come back and they're like, well, I don't need that anymore. I'm done with my fries. Or I don't need that anymore. I already ate my steak, or I don't need the butter anymore. Which, it doesn't make me happy. It's not like a good feeling, because now I think I've failed you, which I have, but this all could have been avoided if you just asked me for it all at once. I'm just trying to make happy people, happy customers. That's all I want, is happy customers. So if you're going to a restaurant, let's say you're going to a fancy restaurant on a Friday night at 7 p.m. They're gonna be busy. That is probably their rush hour. Pack your patience. Patience is a virtue, people. And if you're able to see that a restaurant is really crowded, if you're in a rush, go to a different restaurant. Or go to a different location of that restaurant. Because the fact is that no, you're not going to get the same attention, but you will get the best attention possible. I can promise you that. But you can't compare one to another. You just can't. So pack your patience. There's nothing I hate more than when I'm carrying hot ass plates, and I'm telling you, they're hot as hell. And I come up to the table and there's just no room for me to put down these plates. And the people are either on their phone or reading a book or talking to each other, and I'm here burning my hand. Y'all, I have literally burnt my hands and my forearms so many times. It's insane. But like, I'm here burning my arms, and you're just like, are you gonna put it down? Like, I have no space. Because normally what people will have is like, they'll have their phone, they'll have those their phone, their silverware, their keys, their wallet spread out across the table. First of all, if I even have a hand, I don't want to touch your stuff. I don't want to be poking it with the plate, moving it out of the side. So just make room for your food. Make room for your food. Clear the table, make room in front of you, around you, so I can put down these plates and you can start eating. Let's do that. And for the most part, I think most people do. But then you have that one person that's just like ignoring you completely, like doesn't want anything to do with you, has their stuff just sprawled across the table. It's horrible. Make room for your food. Because then if I'm poking, oh my god, I had this happen to me once. I was doing that, and then like a chicken tender fell out of the plate. And I was so embarrassed. I'm like, I'm so sorry. And that, oh my god, especially if they're in like really large parties and you're trying to like squeeze in between people. Y'all move. Just like skirt. And then let the server put your plate down. Or grab the plate sometimes. If she's giving it to you, grab it. Because my reach is only so long, so if there's a table and there's like 5 of you, I can't just. Does that make sense? So just be mindful. Be mindful. when you're going, and then we can avoid accidents like getting water spilled on you or getting a chicken tender tossed at you. Mindfulness makes for a pleasant experience, y'all. Your server is probably always busy, and this is what I mean by that. A restaurant could be dead, and we have Ubers, DoorDashes, Postmates, online orders, phone calls coming in that we have to do. Also, if it's getting close to the time when our shift is up, we have a ton of side work that needs to get done. And if we're working by yourself, that's all our responsibility. So something that would normally be split up between 5, 6, 7, 10 servers during rush hour, you have to do by yourself. So even when maybe we just have a few tables out front, if we're not out there all the time, it's 9 times out of 10 because we're doing stuff in the back. Also, kind of piggybacking off of that as well, there's certain things that you guys ask for that are not prepped right away in the front, so that we actually have to go and get you. One of the things that pops or that goes off into my mind right away is, like, let's say lemon wedges, right? They're not always cut. Specifically now, they're not always cut. So if you ask for lemon in your water, it could take a few minutes for me to go to the back, wash the lemon, cut the lemon, and then prepare your drink. So it can take a few minutes even if the restaurant is dead. Now, the second thing, if the restaurant is busy, this increases tenfold because things run out like that. So if you're asking me for a coffee and I'm running back and everybody's taken the coffee that was making, now I have to prepare new coffee, which does take time, wait for that coffee to brew, prepare it, and bring it out to you. Sometimes we don't have any creamers, or we ran out of creamers, or we ran out of whipped cream, or we ran out of, I don't know, hot chocolate, or whatever it is, and we have to run to the back and get it. And let me tell you, the back is an adventure and a jungle gym all in one, because everything, for the most part, at least where I work, it's all females, and we're all really short. And to maximize the space, like if we go in the freezer or in the back storage room, then you have like these super tall walls and things that are stacked up all the way to the top. And I actually have a story about this. When I was going to there was one day and it was super busy, and I was like, okay, well, I need creamers, so let me go get some. And the creamer, of course, the heaviest thing, it's always the heaviest things, are on the top shelf. So what did I do? I had to literally climb. They're kind of like these things that's like one shelf here, boom, boom. So I had to climb up 2 shelves, and then it was all the way pushed back. So I'm like sliding my fingers underneath like the railings of where the creamer's at, and I'm pushing it forward, and I pushed it so forward that it literally fell and hit me in the eye, and it legitimately gave me a black eye, y'all. So that's an adventure all on its own. And when we're not around, it's not because we're not doing anything. It's probably because we're preoccupied with something else. So if you guys need something right away, ask another server, or just ask another server to come get us, or ask them to get it for you. They'll be more than happy to do so. We'll be more than happy to help you and our coworkers in any way that we can. But yeah, servers are always busy. So we want you guys to have the best experience possible. Why? Because when you have a good experience, you come back, we get more business, which means more money for us. So we want you to have the best experience possible. Also, so that you don't yell at us, because it's inevitably going to happen. If you have a bad experience, you're going to yell at us first. You're going to ask to speak to a manager. You're going to yell at our manager, and then nothing gets resolved because, I mean, something might get resolved, whatever. But the point is that we want you to have a good experience. We want you to have a good time. We want you to have a pleasant visit. So with that being said, I promise you that we are just as anxious as you are. If you guys have been waiting a long time for your food or your drinks or for a dessert or for anything, we're aware of it. We know how long you've been waiting. We feel like crap. We're just as anxious, and we're vouching for you back there, saying, hey, this person got their food and they're waiting for toast, or this person got their food and they're waiting for pancakes, or this person got their food but this one didn't. If a restaurant is so backed up that this is becoming a problem, there's just nothing we can do. And there have been instances in which I've literally had to jump into the kitchen to get myself like a white or wheat toast, and then I'm fighting with my cooks because they're asking me what I'm doing back there, and I'm like, well, you didn't give me my toast, so I had to come and get it. We're just as worried and just as angry when things don't necessarily go the way that they're supposed to. So if we can't get the problem resolved, please feel free to escalate, but come to us first. That way we're not pulling managers out of their duties and from things that they could really be doing to help the restaurant run more smoothly overall. But yeah, we get just as much anxiety, just as angry, and just as upset when our tables are waiting for something, because we know that's a reflection on us, even though we're not the ones really responsible. And then this last one. So this last one, I'm kind of conflicted about it. When it's super busy, like I mentioned earlier, we usually only have a set amount of tables. So it's either 4, 5, 6. Sometimes we have 3 tables. Yo, let me tell you, sometimes I've even just had 2 tables. So with that being said, if you guys are coming during rush hour, but like if there's people constantly coming in and constantly being seated, it's important to turn our tables as fast as possible, because the faster that we turn our tables, the more customers that are going to be coming in, the more tips we're going to be getting, and which is overall better for us, because we do usually only work for tips, since what we get paid hourly is below minimum wage. So what we mean by when you pay your check, leave. If you're camping out there for 2-3 hours, those are 2-3 hours. That's maybe 1 or 2 more tables that I could have had. So just be mindful of this. We're not rushing you out the door, but if you're done and there's nothing else we can do for you, maybe take the conversation outside. We'll greatly appreciate it. Or tip us really well. But I think it might just be more beneficial to take the conversation elsewhere. We're glad you enjoyed your meal. We're glad that you're comfortable here, but that really hinders our ability to make money. Now, when I say this, I really am solely referring to like rush hour, like when there's constant tables coming in, because if it's dead, I have no problem with tables staying 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, even my whole shift. I've had tables actually come in and I've like cleared them of everything and then told the next, because my restaurant's open 24 hours, I told the next server that comes in, like, hey, just, you know, keep an eye on the table. If they need anything, just wipe it down once they leave, because they've just been there for such an extended period of time. And normally I don't mind if it's super dead and I'm working by myself. I have no problem with leaving people there for as long as they want, because I understand that sometimes you just need a place to hang out and just chill for a little while. So I don't mind it. But if it's during rush hour, just know that you are harming your server in the way that she's not going to be making any money off of that table, and no other server is going to be like, well, I'll give you one of mine, enjoy. No one's going to do that, because everyone's in there for the hustle. Everyone's trying to make their money. So with all that being said, oh, and these are actually from just a series of questions being asked to servers about things that they hate, and from my own perspective and my own judgment. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't know if I'll be doing any more videos like this, but if you guys are interested in any stories that we have to tell, or like horror stories, funny stories, or anything like that, or if you guys want another video explaining how the restaurant works and the intricacies of being a server, let me know down in the comments below if you guys want other videos like that or are interested in other videos like that. If not, that's cool. If you guys have any other ideas for any other videos that you would like to see, leave a comment below. If you guys enjoyed the video, please remember to like and subscribe and hit the little bell down below so you can get notifications every time I post. And with that being said, have a beautiful day, stay happy, and we'll see you next time.